Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Dharma Family Service. This is actually our last Dharma Family Service for this Dharma School year. And also we call it our kind of graduation service. So without further ado, let's begin with Sutra chanting. I'll be honest, recently we've been showing a picture of the Naijin with the words, and I think I deleted it accidentally. So we're just gonna have the words on the screen during the chanting. Namanda, 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 namanda. Gagon chosegan hishimu jodo shigan fumanzok seifu joshogak gaomunyoko fuidai seshu Fusai shobing Seifu joshogak Gashi jobutsudo Myosho jippo Kukyo mishomo Seifu joshogak Ryokujin shonen Joe Shubongyo Shigumu Jodo Isho Teninshi 人力現代行不傷無才道少女三苦名交際主役難回避知恵言飯根門案閉塞小悪道通達全宗門高僧上満足いよろ実法日月主樹期天候音符言一種解放像公正功徳法上王大集中説法四式供養一切物具足主徳本元年出上満得意三害を女仏無下地通達未不詳願学エリク都市最小村志願や国家大仙王感動国書天人東鎮妙見ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブがんにしくどく平等正祭道本大神往生あんなこ南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無阿弥陀仏南無 Okay. Next, we are going to recite the three treasures. And once again, this will be up on the screen. The three treasures. Hard is it to be born into human life, now we are living it. Difficult is it to hear the Buddha Dharma, now we hear it. If we do not deliver ourselves in the present life, no hope is there that we shall be freed from suffering and sorrow in the ocean of birth and death. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of your way to enlightenment and awaken in ourselves your supreme will. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depth of the doctrine and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord, in your life of harmony, in a spirit of universal oneness, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriad ages of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful doctrine. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of the Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. First thing I'd like to do is I'm going to share a couple pictures. I want to offer congratulations. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Let's see. What happened? Where'd it go? There it is. There it is. Wah. I should have known this would happen. Okay, I'm going to undo that. And I'm just going to do it cheap way. It's going to be worth it. Congratulations, class of 21. Gary T. Groundhog Skunk asked me to make a sign so that they could help congratulate class of 21 graduates here at BCO, high school, college, but in a way, graduates everywhere, because I think this past year was not easy. And so really, pretty incredible to have to do a whole year from with a lot of people doing it remote learning. So it's not only Gary T. Groundhog and Skunk, it's also the Buddha Loves You Bunch also wanted to take part. So they also want to, together with Gary T. Groundhog Skunk and myself, and I'm sure the entire Buddhist Church of Oakland membership, want to offer congratulations to our class of 21. Thinking about graduation and, it's like another step in life, huh? And so during the week, I was kind of keeping an eye out for something to read, and I found a quote from Joseph Campbell. Right, so this Joseph Campbell quote goes this way: "If you can see your path laid out in front of you, step by step, you know it's not your path. Your own path you make with every step you take. That's why it's your path." So interesting, right? Thinking about, oh, here I am living my life. Is there a path before me? Right? Is there a path that I'm walking on? So of course, in college, there are specific paths laid out for you very often, right? When you select a major, right? And then within your major, there are certain classes you have to take, right? There's certain deadlines you have to meet. So in some ways, of course, there are paths laid out in front of us. But, in life, things often don't go according to plan, right? That's samsara. Things don't always go the way we wish, right? The things can change in an instant. And so I think that this Joseph Campbell quote is really kind of interesting, right? Of course, on one level, we may want to follow some predetermined paths, but there's also a path that you walk on that's your path. My path is my path. Thinking about college, right? And I was not a good student in high school. Elementary school, junior high school, I was not a good student. When I went to college, I kind of realized maybe this is a chance to try and do something different. Maybe this is a chance to try and be a better student, to try and do things differently. So for me, college was kind of an opportunity to reinvent myself. It didn't always work. I definitely got better grades in college. I actually graduated cum laude somehow. But I did have some stumbles along the way too during my junior year, and had some difficulties as well, and fell back into old habits and that kind of thing. And of course, part of me wants to say, don't do what I did, right? Whatever you do, don't do what I did. But how could you? You couldn't do what I did. I did what I did because of who I am, right? Because of my experiences, because of my own habits. I found out later, maybe in a Buddhist way, because maybe of my karma, right? That the path that I walked was my path. So of course you can't do it my way. But at the same time, if you want to try and reinvent yourself, I think, these kind of landmark times of graduation, right? Or birthday, right? Or New Year's, right? We have all these opportunities to try and reinvent ourselves, right? Or maybe realize I've strayed from the path, and now here's a chance to try and get back on. Now, I have found in the intervening years since college, I discovered, quote unquote, discovered Buddhism, or Buddhism discovered me when I was in college. And, it's been almost 30 years now since I've been out. And realizing, wow, the Buddhism, I think, offers a path that seems to uh, match what Joseph Campbell is talking about. Because Buddhism is also not a step-by-step path of do this, then do this, then do this, or certainly Shin Buddhism is not. That Buddhism, I think, helps us walk our own path. Right? Buddhism, I hope, helps you find your own path and helps you walk that path. Because we often aren't sure what the steps even right ahead of us can be. And so I think that Buddhism is really flexible. That's where its power lies, right? That you can actually, I think we walk all kinds of paths, right? College or work or relationships or, all of these different things that we do are, we're kind of walking multiple paths at the same time. But Buddhism is one that I think is one of the overarching ones that can really help us in our lives as we each walk our own path. So I think, some of the questions we can ask, and, actually every moment is a chance for reinvention, right? Every single moment is an opportunity to reflect and maybe try and right the ship, right? Try and get back on the path if I find that I've strayed from the path. So some of the questions we can maybe ask: what path am I on? Am I walking a path? Is Buddhism part of my life? Is Buddhism helping to give me guidance? Sometimes we say, oh, with the Buddha Dharma as my guide, right? So that we find that Buddhism offers a path to walk. Another way to think of it, where am I going? Do I have goals? And college gives you goals, right? It's kind of nice to be like, I have to graduate, so I have to do this and this and this. But it's not only that, right? Because after you get out of college, a lot of that guidance kind of drops away. So that's again where Buddhism can really help keep me pointed in the right direction. And then maybe this is the most important one. Another question I thought up: how am I treating others along the way? Because it's not just about me. Even if it is my path is bound up with others, right? That my path is not just about me, but it's about my parents, it's about my family, it's about my friends, it's about the people that I meet who I may not even know. Right? You never know. All these opportunities are always in front of us, and we often don't even realize that they're opportunities. Right? And so, how am I treating others along the way is, I think, a good question to ask sometimes. Kind of unrelated, but I've just been thinking too, the difficulties in the world right now, right? And sometimes we think about a pendulum swinging, right? Pendulum swinging back and forth. And like the COVID pendulum swung way over to where we were in pandemic and, life completely changing. The pendulum seems to be swinging back, maybe quickly. We're not exactly sure, but right, the pendulum swings back and forth. We've had pandemics like this before too. Maybe not for every 100 years or so, but the pendulum swings in many different ways too. The pendulum of hatred and racism, right, seems to be swinging again. And so we could look to the yellow peril in the early 20th century, right, the 20s and 30s in the United States, the internment of Japanese Americans, or people of Japanese descent, right, and seeing it swinging again, right, is disappointing. It's disconcerting. But realize it always swings back and forth. Right? And we don't know how long it's going to swing, keep going in one direction. So that as we live our lives, I hope with the Buddha Dharma as our guide, we're playing a role in helping the pendulum swing back. Right? So I really hope, and this is related, right? How am I treating others along the way? Okay? With our guiding principles of wisdom and compassion. Right? I hope that we can keep those as guiding principles in our lives so that we play a role in helping that pendulum swing back away from hatred and towards peace, love, compassion, equality, non-discrimination, right? We can have those as goals as well. So, once again, really special. This is again our last uh, Dharma family service of the Dharma school year. So we'll still have our Shotsuki services over the summer. I might put up some Dharma messages during the summer, but we won't be having regular service. But especially, congratulations to our graduates. So thank you very much. Why don't we conclude the Dharma message with Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. Okay, and I'd like to hand it over to Hondo for the announcements.
Thank you, Sensei, for your Dharma talk. Okay, I'll share my screen. All right, here we go. All right, so yeah, just a few announcements today. So the following events, they can be found on the Bca website. So the 2021 Bca Youth Retreat events, they've been announced. So July 12th to the 16th is the BYR, the Bca Youth Retreat. And Saturday, November 6th is the BYR and Friends Reunion event. Also, we have the Kinata, the Roots of Taiko in the US. It's June 26th, 11 to 1 p.m. There'll be a discussion with Reverend Masao Kodani and Johnny Mori and other members of the Kinata Taiko. That sounds pretty cool. I think I'm going to check that out for sure. And also the CBE seminar, Embraced and Never Abandoned, Jodo Shinshu and LGBTQ+. That's on June 19th from 11 a.m. to 1, featuring Reverend Umezu of the West Los Angeles Buddhist Temple. That also sounds extremely important, and I will be attending that as well. I hope to see you all there. Also, just some BCO announcements. We're going to be taking our traditional service schedule break over the summer from having weekly Dharma family services. Shotsuki services, they'll continue online. Video services can be viewed on the first Sunday of each month, but also be on the lookout for constant contact emails with information about sort of special Dharma talks throughout the summer. And also our virtual Alone program will be taking place at the end of July. More details to come about that, though, as we are in the process of planning. Anyway, that's all that I have today. Thank you, everybody, and stay safe. Talk to you soon.
Thank you, Hondo. I looked at the clock. It's pretty quick. I could talk more. No, I think not. Why don't we conclude our Dharma family service for today and for our 2020-2021 Dharma school year. So please have a nice summer, and we'll see you over the summer, especially Obon time. Maybe even see each other in the fall. We'll certainly be online, but who knows what's going to happen. So why don't we conclude with an optimistic note, reciting the name of the Buddha, the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, namanda, namanda. Okay,